Hello guys, welcome back to TFD with another one. Okay, so we've got some updates coming out of Indiana. The Fever are making moves, man. Real moves. They're not sitting around waiting for next season to come to them. They've gone out and brought in a new assistant and player development coach, someone with actual NBA experience, having worked with the Indiana Pacers and their G League affiliate. Now that's big. That's exactly the kind of move a young team like this needs to make if they're serious about competing for a title in the next couple of years. Now, the funny thing is, they probably had to make this move out of necessity too, because, let's be honest, everybody's getting hurt over there. Keith Porter, who's been an incredible part of the development staff, tore his Achilles, and that's a tough break for someone who's been so active on the court with players. I'm telling you, man, if you walk into that Fever facility, you might want to stretch first or something, because injuries have been contagious over there. Anyway, the team just made it official. The Indiana Fever announced, "We've added Rob Dozier to our staff as a player development coach." Rob will work alongside fellow player development coach Keith Porter. They even dropped a nice little "Welcome Rob Dozier" post on social media. So now the big question is, who is Rob Dozier, and why is this hire important, especially when it comes to Caitlin Clark? Well, this is a big-time role, because let's face it, Caitlin Clark is the centerpiece of everything happening in Indiana right now. And she's not just a scorer. She's someone who needs a tailored development plan to continue evolving her game for year 2 in the WNBA. Rob Dozier is going to be one of the people working directly with her day in and day out, especially with Keith Porter recovering. That means he'll probably handle a lot of the hands-on movement-based training, the kind of work that keeps a player's footwork, balance, and rhythm sharp all off-season. And that's where the pressure comes in. Rob, you better bring your A game, because this isn't just any player you're helping. This is Caitlin Clark we're talking about, the face of the franchise, the reason Indiana Fever tickets are selling out, the reason the WNBA is breaking records. She needs to be on another level next season, stronger, faster, and more explosive, because expectations are sky high. So yeah, props to the Fever for making a proactive move here. With the right development staff in place, and if everyone stays healthy, this could be the season where Indiana finally starts turning all that promise into consistent wins.
Let's dive in a little deeper and get some more info on Rob Dozier. According to what's out there, Rob Dozier actually joined the Fort Wayne Mad Ants, that's the Indiana Pacers G League affiliate, for the 2023-2024 season. So right off the bat, we know this is someone who's already been working within the Pacers organization and understands the system, the culture, and the expectations that come with it. Before that, Dozier spent a couple of years with the Washington Wizards organization, where he really built his reputation in player development. He last served as a player development manager for the Wizards during the 2021-2022 season, and even before that, he was hands-on with their G League squad, the Capital City Go-Go, working as a player development coach associate. So yeah, this guy's been grinding in the right environments, the ones that focus heavily on skill growth, mechanics, and professional readiness. And that's exactly the kind of background you want around someone like Caitlin Clark, who's already elite but still has another gear to reach. So, to put it simply, Rob Dozier isn't just some random hire. He's got legitimate experience developing players at both the NBA and G League levels. He's worked under 2 respected organizations, the Wizards and the Pacers. And he's familiar with the type of individualized, high-intensity training that can take a star from good to unstoppable. That's why this move makes so much sense for the Fever. They need someone who understands how to nurture talent, someone who's used to helping players make that next leap. And with Keith Porter temporarily sidelined, Dozier's experience is going to be invaluable. Bottom line, the Fever didn't just bring in another coach, they brought in a developer. Someone who knows how to elevate a player's game, and if he can help sharpen Caitlin Clark's all-around skill set the way he helped players in the G League and NBA, Indiana might just have hit a home run with this hire.
And let's check this out too. Shout out to Correlation for posting this on Twitter. It says that new Fever player development coach Rob Dozier has actually worked alongside elite NBA skills coach Drew Hanlon, helping train superstars like Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, and Joel Embiid. Dozier's background is pretty interesting.
He grew up playing AAU basketball, and when he was just 13, he got invited to a Nike basketball camp in St. Louis. That's where he first met Drew Hanlon and a young Jason Tatum. Later years, that connection came full circle when Dozier spent 2 summers working with Hanlon, training with big names like KD, Embiid, Tatum, and Bradley Beal. And for those who don't know, Drew Hanlon is that guy when it comes to NBA player development. We're talking one of the best in the business. He's worked with stars like Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, Bradley Beal, and Tyrese Maxey. Hanlon and Chris Brickley are basically the gold standard of elite skills trainers, developing some of the top talent in the game today.
It says here that's where he met coach Drew Hanlon and future NBA superstar Jason Tatum. Years later, thanks to that camp connection, Drew spent 2 summers working side by side with Hanlon and Tatum, as well as elite players like Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Bradley Beal, and several others. So yeah, it's obvious he's worked with some of the absolute best in the world. He clearly understands what it takes to elevate a player's game to that next level. And honestly, I can't wait to see what he brings to Caitlin Clark's development. There's room to add a few more tools to her arsenal, a stronger ISO game, some next-level shot creation, just expanding that bag overall. With someone like Dorter and this type of high-level training background, Caitlin Clark could unlock a whole new dimension to her game. This is going to be exciting to watch.
All right, I'm just going to be real with you for a second. I'm still worried about the Indiana Fever, like genuinely, because as much as I like seeing them make moves, I just don't fully trust this front office. I don't trust Kelly Crosskop. I don't trust Coach Stephanie White. And honestly, I don't know if I ever will. That's just how I feel. It's not hate, it's frustration. Because for years, this organization has had pieces, potential, and talent, but something always feels off in the execution. The leadership just hasn't shown that next level consistency that championship teams have. Now, all that being said, I'll give credit where credit is due. Bringing in Rob Dozier was a smart move. This was a necessary step. The Fever absolutely needed to bring in someone with NBA-level experience in player development. Because, let's be honest here, the type of training that works in the WNBA isn't always enough for someone like Caitlin Clark, who's operating on a completely different level. She's not just the best young player on the Fever, she's the engine of the entire league's attention right now. And to help her keep evolving, you need NBA-caliber training methods, period. Now, here's where my hope kicks in. I want Rob Dozier to really understand the assignment. Caitlin Clark doesn't just need stationary cone drills and empty gym shooting reps. That's all fine for rhythm and fundamentals, but what she truly needs is live body competition in the offseason. I'm talking about 5-on-5 runs, physical contact, real defenders trying to shut her down. She needs to get those in-game reps that simulate pressure situations, making reads, finishing through contact, pulling up over size, and working on her footwork when fatigued. That's what separates good from unstoppable. If I were her trainer, I'd model her offseason after Kelsey Plum's approach. Kelsey spends summers going 5-on-5 against men, legit high-level runs. You can see the difference in her craftiness, her ability to navigate traffic, absorb contact, and still finish at the rim. If Caitlin adds that layer to her training, it's over. She's already an elite shooter and playmaker, but with that kind of off-season grind, she'll be unguardable. She'll walk into next season and torch every defense in the league. Now, Rob, if you're listening, you need your A game, man. This is your shot to make an impact. But also, be careful. For whatever reason, it feels like every person who steps foot in that Fever facility ends up hurt. It's like bad luck or something. So keep yourself healthy and make sure Caitlin stays that way too. So yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. Welcome to the Fever family, Rob Dozier. You've got a big task ahead, helping Caitlin Clark hit that next level and keeping this young squad progressing. I'm eager to see what kind of regimen you bring to the table, and if it finally pays dividends on the court. What do y'all think? Do you like this move by the Fever? Or do you think Caitlin should do her off-season training completely separate from the organization? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it.